So, Iby, we've got another great match, I'm sure, coming up. It's Frazer. Again, we saw him in the last round.
And this time versus Frank V, huh?
Whoa,
what was that hand?
I don't know. Frank's third hand showed up.
Frank's so sketchy.
Yeah.
Third hand shows up in the middle of
He's
it.
just really fast. That's what he looks like on camera when he moves.
I'm really rooting for Frazer here because, I mean, I've got a lot of history with Frank in terms of matches, especially in these videos of yours.
Yeah, really. He's like your nemesis on these videos.
Yeah, he just basically crushes me all the time with his shabby play.
What type of play are we going to expect to see from Frank?
Well, if it's typical Frank play, it's going to be some takebacks. There's going to be some mislaid lands that get taken back.
Looks like Frank's got a hand of Gilded Drake, Glen Alendra, Recurring Nightmare, Chaos Orb, Bone Shredder. Only one land, but it's an Underground Sea.
Oh, he doesn't.
Frank's going to ship it.
Oh, and he sees that he would have had another swamp. But it's probably just correct to ship that.
Yeah, there's nothing you can play for multiple turns. Even if you drew land, you still need to draw land, or something like that.
Exactly.
To have anything going on. Frazer looks like he's keeping.
How does it feel that you're playing Combombs?
He's talking with his hands.
This is the loser semis, so Frank did lose.
Who did Frank lose to before this?
I think he lost to Mike Ray.
And Frazer lost to whom?
And Frazer lost to Mark Anderson in the first round.
Okay.
And then I lost to Mark on camera, and then I also lost to Frank.
So you got booted. That was it for you.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Be cool, bro. Not the 5, Frank.
Yep. So he's mulling to 5 here?
Wow. Like, I mean, if you got to do it, you got to do it, but it's definitely a disadvantage. Like,
For sure.
He's starting with an uphill battle here.
Especially with like a deck that plays cards like Recurring Nightmare or something.
Yeah.
Cards that don't necessarily
by themselves do anything.
Yeah.
Alright, that's 3 cards.
So 3 and 2, that's 5.
And then he said then that one he's going to draw later. I think. Oh, and it looks like almost the exact same hand. Oh, he's got a Sol Ring.
Yep.
That'll get you out of pretty much any mulligan.
Yeah, that's a very keepable 5.
Frank's deck looks pretty absurd.
He's just got so many bombs. Like, these are all top-notch cards that give you such a leg up that you can dominate a lot of matches. And to play a Sol Ring on
he
first
could play
turn,
a Chaos Orb that turn too.
He could have, that's right.
And then smash whatever land Frazer ends up playing. Oh, but we got a really nice aggressive start on with Frazer.
Is he going to trade the Gilded Drake for that a Crassland Spire?
It's probably not worth it. But look at that, Frank's on 4 mana turn 2. That's the power of Sol Ring.
It is. Really old school, I used to like the red-blue where you could play an Avalanche Riders, and then snap it, and then play it again.
Yep.
That was the classic play.
That Riverbow is going to do a lot of work against Frank if Frank can't deal with it.
Yeah, Frank is looking down the barrel of a Riverbow.
But he can definitely deal with it.
Chaos Orb. Funny note there, would he have been able to regenerate if he had a green mana?
Yes.
Yes, he would.
It does say destroy.
There's no berry, right? Yeah,
I'm just trying to read that.
Yeah, it says destroy.
But that's not how Chaos Orb's played. In Cube, it's played like a colorless Vindicate. So 2 to come to play, and then you pay 1 and sacrifice
Put Vindicate on the stack, essentially.
And, yeah, destroy target permanent. Usually used as actually a land destruction.
Land destruction. It functions quite well as that, but of course it's a catch-all, right? Like, it can destroy planeswalkers, it can destroy enchantments. It's got that creeping tar pit out.
Yeah, so he's finally found a black source, but it comes into play tapped.
How did you get out of this?
Frazer still
coming in with the Crassland
Yeah,
Spire.
that guy's done a lot of work.
Hey, Exalted.
2 lightning bolts to the face so far.
Exactly. Exalted makes him a 2/2, so he's a pretty decent 1-drop. I like him.
Frank is having trouble finding some gas. Pretty much can cast anything in his deck now.
Yeah, I'd really love to see a bit more from Frazer here. Like get another threat on the board.
Yeah,
or
really push the advantage.
Get some advantage here.
I think Frazer might be looking for a double blue.
Double blue, eh?
Or maybe he has a bunch of reactive spells. There's Frank's Mimic Vat. Mimic Vat can really take over a game.
Yeah, Mimic Vat is... in many ways, it reminds me of something similar to maybe a Crystal Shard or something like that, right? Where it gives you the reusability out of a creature.
It also reminds me a little bit of...
Corpse Dance?
Yeah, I was going to say Vidalcan Shackles.
Shackles, yeah, yeah. Just in terms of a 3-mana artifact that gives you a dude, right?
Yeah.
I love the comes into play ability, though. Like, the fact that you can put something on it that has a comes into play ability just puts it over the top for me.
And the fact that you can make 2 of the same thing, like you end of turn make it, and it stays in play until the end of your next turn.
Exactly. And they have haste.
And they have haste. Now what does... Frazer's just going to hard cast a Gush end of turn. That's okay.
Yeah, that's... I mean, dig and find something.
Oh, it was...
Was that main phase?
That was main phase.
This is the sketchiest game I've ever played. It's great. This is the tell we were talking about. I'm having it up for the TV.
So there's your extra blue, 6 mana. Let's see something for you. You gotta have something.
Looks like he does.
3 mana.
Alright, I'll
It's not really what you had in mind, I'm sure, but you might have a follow-up.
Trigon Predator.
That'll
yeah,
deal with
that'll
Mimic
do.
Vat. Looks like it affects his board a lot.
My turn?
I'm guessing he got that off of the Gush or his turn this turn, because he would have definitely played it earlier.
Oh, I see Frank has a Dismember. It's hard to see in my cube, but that's a Dismember, but...
Oh, it's like a...
It's Luke Skywalker losing his hand. It was done by Mr. Anonymity Trade from YouTube.
I want to see it.
And there's actually a Bulba MTG Island on Frank's board as well.
Oh, yeah.
From a different YouTuber.
Finds
so he
it
takes
worthwhile
that Gilded Drake.
Get that Gilded Drake out
and
of
now
there.
he can dismember the Gilded Drake and put Gilded Drake on the Mimic Vat.
Yep.
And that will definitely be like Vidalcan Shackles.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That you can untap and use every turn.
It's funny, Gilded Drake turns it into Vidalcan Shackles. It's even better. Oh, no!
Oh, but he's got it's a
Mana
mana leak.
Uh-oh.
And he can pay it. Oh,
And a Force Spike.
Force Spike.
But wait, but he was able to pay that? Not sure what happened. It seemed like 2 cards got burned out. Or did he use the mana leak? Did that count as him using the mana leak?
Oh no, he used it instead. I don't see the mana leak in the
Yeah, it's not the
yard.
graveyard. Okay.
He just wanted to make him pay it so that he wouldn't have enough to activate it this turn. Maybe.
Activation's 3 for Mimic?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he wanted to do.
No, he can't attack with that. Ah, Frazer misunderstood the control magic there. Because here, Mimic Vat can still take that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah. I'm sure Frazer regrets that.
So he uses Seagate Oracle here. It looks at the top 2 cards of his deck. It's a Frost Titan and a Swamp.
Well, we should probably take that Frost Titan.
Over Swamp, you think?
Well, I do think, yeah. That Mimic Vat is active.
Man.
I'd never really thought about that combo, Mimic Vat plus Gilded Drake.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It seems really good.
Frank likes putting his library really far forward. It's the furthest thing forward on his side of the table.
Yep. He wants his opponent to know that he has a deck that he could draw from at any time.
Could
at
happen.
any moment.
Now, what's Frazer got? He's got, what, 2 cards in hand? 3 cards in hand?
That Mimic Vat is just so hard to look past. I mean, Frank's only at 6, but man, Mimic Vat, right?
Yeah. And that Trigon Predator is... it was the perfect answer, but...
Yeah.
Frank
The
had
Mimic, the Mana Leak Force Spike was actually the perfect answer.
Yeah, if that had been able to come through. So I'm guessing he still has Mana Leak and one other card in hand? Is that the idea?
So I think that's why Frank was considering not taking the Frost Titan. Because he's got Mana Leak.
Because he knows he can cast that well.
And he won't be able to cast Frost Titan for some time. But if he's got more than one threat, right? Like, you just play a threat into a Mana Leak. And
yeah, exactly. Here comes the Gilded Drake. Shablam!
And I'm pretty sure he does this on main phase 2 as opposed to end of turn. So Frazer doesn't get to keep the Gilded Drake token. It's hard to tell because we can't actually hear the audio. But, but I think
but that would be the correct play.
The play, right?
It's not like you're trying to keep it around for the next turn, so you do it main phase 2.
Look, that was legitimately. Yeah.
Now, if you were Frank, how would you press in here? Underground Sea.
Yeah, if I was Frank, I would attack with that. Maybe not. Well, maybe even with the Seagate Oracle there. Oh, Frank's at 6. I keep forgetting that. He's at 6. He's at 6.
Yeah, but he's got the Gilded Drake on a stick.
He does. But one extra damage is not really. Well, actually, it does add up. Ooh, Puppeteer Clique.
With enough mana to still do the.
Anything in the graveyard there?
What do we have here? Gush, a Force Spike, a Chromantic Lantern, and what was that first card? Not a creature, because I can see that it doesn't have a power and toughness on the bottom right hand side.
Oh. I'm trying to remember what was that first blue card he played.
It is a River Boa. Yeah.
There you go. And your no power toughness.
He did it after his attack, so he actually couldn't attack with the River Boa.
That's right.
Or else that would have been nice.
That would have been nice.
Get in an extra 2.
Why didn't he do it that way?
I don't know. Lots of questions and no answers. Yeah.
No, it doesn't die. It's a 2/2.
I think that's what Frank just said.
And then, bam! Here it is. Frazer knows what's up. He just flicks the card over.
Oh, this is the type of board state in Cube that you're just like it makes you so angry.
Yeah, because what are you supposed to do?
Like, you can't do anything about this.
I mean, that's his artifact destruction, but it's a creature, so it's susceptible to the whole trick, right?
Yeah. Oh, route?
Here's the route.
Here's the route. Which isn't bad.
No, it's not bad at all. Still leaves the Mimic Vat there, but...
And the Puppeteer Clique.
Oh, because it has Persist.
He just exiles a creature now.
Trigon Predator, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm so excited to see what happens in this match. Like, I'm not talking as much as I should. Like, I'm not actually doing commentary. Because I just want to see what happens. I have no idea. And Frank's at such a low life, but how do you get past this? You can't get past this. There's no way, right? Like,
well, you have to destroy it. I mean, this is where he needs to have a Viridian Shaman or a, Tabi Orangutan or Indrik Stomp Howl or whatever. Those guys, they get the job done in that case.
We saw that Mike had the green-white one. What's that?
The green-white artifact destruction?
Yeah. Green-white's a 2/2 with Exalted, and then you pay 1 and sack it to destroy it.
Oh, right, Kasali Pride Mage.
Kasali Pride Mage.
Yeah, so Frazer doesn't have the Pride Mage or anything like that. The funny thing is, even if you were able to destroy the Mimic Vat, he could still activate it and steal whatever creature it was that destroyed it.
Yeah, if you have a creature that destroys it.
Do you have non-creature artifact removal?
There's Beast Within. In these colors. There's
Yeah.
also the seal, Disenchant Seal, the one in a white.
Seal of Removal, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Something like that.
Oh,
Geist of Saint Traft. Hey,
one
that
you can't
works.
take.
You can. Here's Frank reading the cards.
What do you mean I can't take this? This is ridiculous. I thought I had this game all
Hey, he can steal the angel.
He can steal the angel.
The Angel's tapped, though, so it wouldn't be a blocker, which is the saving grace for Frazer, but he can still steal the Angel, so he doesn't have to deal with
Puppeteer Clique.
Yep. So things are still a little bit rotten in the state of Denmark.
And there's Frank. Top-down view of Frank. Nobody's ever seen that in the history of Frank.
Exactly.
He's 6'8".
You got to be in a hot air balloon to see that.
These cameras were hoisted at
17 feet in the air to give Frank clearance to play. He's like those trucks that have to go under the bridge, but then they're just like, no.
The truck's like, no?
Yeah, the truck's all like, no, I'm not going to do it. This bridge is too low.
I think you watch too many cartoons.
No. It's Nashville Truckers.
Oh, Batterskull.
Jeez.
How about Frank's deck?
Yeah, how about this, huh? These are all like these super annoying cards that you try to deal with and they just keep coming back.
Sol Ring, Batterskull, Mimic Vat, Chaos Orb in the graveyard.
Yep. We
saw a Recurring Nightmare in his hand earlier that he mulled. This is all off a mold of 5.
Yeah, with the Soul Ring in your hand, so it keeps things
don't feel too bad
on
for
the
him.
up and up. That Soul Ring looks like what, the Tower of Sauron?
Yeah, Mark Teaton drew that.
Nice.
And then he also wrote first pick on it, just in case Frank had any question.
In case anybody was wondering.
Yeah, Frank was like, oh, well, I was going to pass that Sol Ring, but it said first pick right on it, so...
Personally, I still like the old art for Batterskull better than the promo art. What do you think? You like the promo better?
I think I like the original, but I gotta be honest, I'm not going out of my way to get an original foil as opposed to the promo foil.
It's just easier to obtain, yeah.
It would be. I mean, I would rather just get like another card I need for cube than foiling up an original Batterskull. And also, I got that Batterskull for playing in an event, and it means a little
Montreal,
something,
right?
A little something to me. Yeah, it was Montreal, and we also got Batterskulls for playing in Vegas, I think, or All's Dust.
No, Batterskull was brand new at Montreal because people hadn't seen it yet. I think that would have been back in March 2014.
All right. I'll trust you this time.
You better.
So Frank goes in.
What is it? A 2/1 now?
2/1 flying Puppeteer Clique and the 4/4 Vigilance Lifelink Batterskull. And Frazer just has to take it. Frank goes back up to 10, which is much safer than...
Here's a weird play. Would it have been potentially correct to suit up the Puppeteer Clique? Did he have enough mana to do that?
He did, but what if Frazer has like
he still wants his Mimic Vat open, right?
Snap. And here comes that Frost Titan with 3 mana untapped for the mana leak. But if Frazer makes him tap it, then he can't use the Mimic Vat, and Frazer can deal 9 damage to him. Kinda.
And that Frost Titan's locking down the Celestial Colonnade.
So that's, I guess, the reason why he can get away with doing that.
Yeah, it makes things a lot more difficult for Frazer.
I don't see how Frazer can get out of this.
Yeah, these cards are just too durable, too strong.
A Frost Titan, a Batterskull, and a Mimic Vat with a Gilded Drake on it? Thanks for coming out.
And here's that Creeping Tar Pit. Getting that guaranteed active. 3. And, of course, the token has Vigilance. So
that's 15 damage.
Whew. Yeah, 4 + 6, 3 and 2. And that'll be it.
Yep, and then he scoops him up. Jeez. What an onslaught after a mold of 5 from
I know.
Frank.
I feel bad for Frazer because it was just like... Again, like
you've been in that situation, and it's just so frustrating.
So aggravating.
When you're like, what? There's nothing I could have that could possibly deal with this.
He got real close with that Trigon Predator.
Oh, we got another Sol Ring hand from Frank. Sol Ring, Recurring Nightmare.
Oh, he sends it back. He doesn't like it. It's not good enough.
How many Sol Ring hands do you send back? Do you consider keeping a non-lander with Sol Ring?
No, I couldn't do that. 1 land plus Sol Ring, 100% yes. But anything else, no. Now, Frazer's playing before Frank has drawn his hand here.
I just want you to know, things are coming at you. Things are coming at you fast.
Experiment 1.
You know what? Yes.
There's
No, I'm not
6.
gonna do it.
Frank
Two
keeps
islands.
6.
I'll draw for turn. I'm gonna draw for turn. I'm drawing for turn. No.
No, it looks like a 1 island. Oh, and a creeping
Creeping
carpet.
carpet.
And a mole drifter. And a swamp.
Okay, yeah, he has 3 lands in there, I think.
Riverbow would be 6.
He's okay. Alright, put that counter on there.
We are getting. This is Fraser's style of.
Exactly, swing for
Game.
2.
I am getting murdered.
He's really got to put it to Frank early to just get ahead a little bit
Yeah.
here.
Your turn.
You want tempo to be on your side for sure.
Yeah. And it is so
And
far.
if you can follow it up with a third creature, just so much better.
Oh
Well, not necessarily that one. That one's
no! 14.
less relevant right now.
It does not get worse than this.
Can you see what's in Fraser's hand? He missed a third land drop. But...
I can't see his hand.
Alright.
But here's Frank drawing 2
Yeah,
cards.
cycle mole drifter for 2.
Divination the Mole Drifter.
Oh, he's got a wasteland and a swamp.
Does he have
So-
7 cards in hand? I guess so.
Do I have a...
So good that Fraser doesn't have many duels.
Yeah.
Oh, he played the Spawn Wraith. It's got a picture of the Juggernaut on it. Darkon drew that.
Juggernaut Spawn Wraith.
It doesn't, unfortunately, trigger the experiment one. But Frank is really... needs a damnation or something at this point.
Yeah, I was going
That's
to
a
say,
lot
does
of-
he have any sort of wrath effects?
That's 7 damage next turn.
Glenelendra, she's going to be a roadblock for a little bit, I guess.
But
that
also
experiment
Frank's got
one.
a
He's
Island
got the
Walker.
river boa, he can
Yeah.
just go in with that.
But you probably want to go in with everything.
Yeah, he's going to have to attack with everything.
Oh, he's got an Elspeth too. I saw it in his hand. Fraser's
Ooh.
Elf. That would be
Oh, he just needs
just
that
perfect
land.
right now.
Yeah, if he could jump that Spawn Wraith and get in,
Whoa, imagine.
yeah, that would be the play.
Imagine all the beatings.
I'm sure that's what John Lennon
Yeah.
was thinking. Ah, only the one, Fraser?
For 3.
Yeah, I know, but I would have liked to see all of them go in, really.
Yeah, because he wouldn't be able to block the Acquisition.
He would block the experiment one, or he would block the spawn. Sure, exactly. Sorry.
And he would take 5
And then he would be
damage.
taking 5.
He'd be at 4.
Batter skull.
See, because now, if you don't draw the mana for the
Ah, it's back.
Elspeth, then you lose.
Yep. Come on, Fraser. Yes. Is it
And
Elspeth?
Let's see what he plays. If he plays the Elspeth, pumps the Spawn Wraith, and attacks him. Oh, no, not the Spawn Wraith, the Riverbow.
Riverboa. Well,
Because of the Exalted trigger.
oh, the Exalted. Yes. So that would do it. You did it, Frank?
It gets +1/+1.
And that's game. We're going to see a game 3.
Game 3? Come on, Frank. Pack him up. Pack him up, Frank.
Go up to 1.
Alright, he's done.
Is this the first game 3 of all the matches we've seen so far?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah, everybody's been able to take it down except this one. These guys are having trouble with each other.
Well, I'm just happy to see that Fraser was able to get off to a fast start and really put the crushings to Frank's face. But I mean,
Frank just
Frank's
put in a
deck is
Herald
just-
of Torment.
well, I don't know if that's super amazing against
Well,
Fraser, but
Must be nice.
Soul Ring, turn 1. Good job. Frank's third hand comes in there, just helps out a little bit.
You know who that actually is?
Who's that?
That's Mark Anderson.
Is that Mark
And he's
Anderson?
scouting right now.
Of course. Of course. Here's a land tax. Alright, Frage. Let's see if Frank plays another land.
Nope.
Nope.
He's got 3.
As long as he's 1 behind, then he can start playing his lands. Like, Fraser will play a land, and then Frank can start playing.
That's basically what land tax does, right?
Yeah.
It forces your opponent to not play a land for 1 turn.
You know, you already
Unless they're already ahead.
And then if you get in trouble and for some reason can't play lands, then it can potentially bail you out. Geist of St. Traft.
No counterspell in hand.
No
Oh,
counterspell.
it might be a
Alright,
good
Frankie,
one.
what's this? Boom.
Riftwing
Riftwing
Cloudscape.
Cloudscape.
You can bounce one of Fraser's lands, which isn't irrelevant.
No, it's fair enough.
Oh, he
He
bounces.
bounces land tax.
Oh yeah, if he bounces the lands, then he gets to go
Yeah.
search for lands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And all options are bad.
He just wants something that
Blocks the...
blocks the Geist, potentially
Exactly.
kills it. Which, as a trade for Frazer, should Frazer do it? Should he attack, or...?
I mean...
Oh no.
Oh, so it's important... that the angel from the Geist is going to trigger evolve on the...
On the experiment one.
So it was good to play that first.
Yeah.
If he's planning on attacking anyway. What he really needed was one of those, like, just some sort of enchantment or something that pumps that Geist. Maybe
just anything.
Equipment or...
Or even a bandage.
Oh, this isn't bad either. Azorius Charm.
Azorius Charm, sure. He'll take it.
Alright. Not the block.
Gives him the damage. Oh, does he put the counter on the
I took 4. We'll make sure I take 4.
experiment one there?
Not just
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what he's pointing at. Good job, Frazer.
He should have done that a little bit earlier, but... Again, casual.
Casual, yeah, exactly. Casual to a point. That's the way we play Cube, is that you don't need to be overly stingy because you're not trying to win that way, but at the same time.
Alright, Frazer's green source is gone.
Yeah, Frazer, that was not a good thing for him. It's his double white and his other green. And he still had the mana to play that. That's just annoying.
And he doesn't actually have... He's not able to play a land tax and activate it.
No.
Oh, he's got a brainstorm though.
Okay, Elstorm Obreno. Again, Frazer, you can put any card from your hand back on top if you wanted.
He almost showed a mana leak there.
Almost.
But he showed it to us. That's the important thing. We want to know.
We don't know, Frank knows.
That mana leak, maybe last turn would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have had the mana for it, but then if he didn't play the experiment one and made the same play, attacked, he blocks Azorius Charm, mana leak. Would have been nice.
He only put one card back, or is he going for the card? Okay.
Frank was saying, no. And the Frazer said, yes. I think so. I think I will draw. I do declare an attack.
And Frank's at 12. Frazer still got 4 cards in hand. Nothing to play this turn.
He could play a land tax.
He's going to see if that mana leak amounts to anything this turn.
He could have still played the land tax and the mana leak.
That is very true.
But he might have a 3 mana spell. Also, land tax with Gush is pretty good.
It is.
That's game over.
Frank declines to play anything.
Because he smells that, the
Yeah,
counter
he
spell.
smells the mana leak.
What do you give me?
Could have played land tax and didn't. That looks like a 3 mana counter spell.
Go ahead.
But that's a really good bluff too. Like, if you want your opponent to think you have a 3 mana counter spell, leaving a white up, and then next turn tapping down to 2 lands, they might not think that you have a 3 mana counter spell or mana for the 3 mana counter spell.
Why are you so sketchy, Frank?
It could be some intense mind gaming.
If you win,
There's that skull clamp.
I'll play the skull clamp.
Skull Clamp.
Frank's deck's nuts, eh?
Yeah, Frank can... Jeez.
You got any good artifacts, Frank?
Yeah.
Where's the good artifacts?
Get that Shatterstorm in here.
He's gonna tap down a Sol Ring.
Is it permanent or creature?
No, it's creature.
Yeah, so it doesn't tap anything. Maybe it would have been better holding it, but I don't know. If he doesn't have a better play in hand, I guess that's okay.
It's got Dismember, a Recurring Nightmare in hand.
Yeah, Frank's not afraid of that Dungeon Geist at all.
I think it is the other card a Toxic...
oh, the one you repay life for
X,
-X?
Toxic Deluge? Yeah.
Deluge? Deluge?
Deluge.
You pronounce it like Duluth?
Did you see the Olympics? I like Deluge.
I like Deluge. They go down real fast.
And as long as I control him,
We'll be here all week.
Oh, he's got the finger. That's a Matumbo finger wave there. No.
The Dumbo finger wave. I love that commercial.
Tap that.
I saw a baby on YouTube who really liked it too. Kept laughing about it.
are you done? I'm pretty sure you're done.
I'm
Because
still talking.
What do you think the reaction videos to this match would be like?
Reaction videos? Probably just some guy sitting on his couch, nodding ever so often.
That play was incorrect!
Is that you?
These players are
They're shabby.
shabby players.
Well, so he's got the Skull Clamp on the Herald of Torment. So, I mean, Frazer's probably not going to attack. If you were Frank during his turns, would you attack?
I think I want a famous herald to sign that Herald of Torment.
Yeah? Like a Herald, like the name
Yeah,
Herald?
like
Like a Herald and Kumar?
yeah, maybe that Herald.
His name's not really Herald, so.
John Cho, right? Or
Steve Cho?
what's his name? I don't.
Is it
John
Cho?
Cho. John Cho. Yeah, if I ever met John Cho, I'd definitely get him to sign that
That
Herald.
name sounds so generic, though. Who's John Cho?
The Herald from Herald and Kumar,
Yeah, okay. Now I know, I guess.
Mike, shake your head.
or Harold Ramis before he passed away. Would have been nice.
You should have been on top of that.
Yeah, I should have been.
Did Harold Ramis go to any of the TIFFs?
Probably at some point, but I've never seen him at one.
You just didn't respect his work. That was your problem.
Oh, here comes.
Oh,
Here it comes.
recurring
This is
night
pretty
map.
good with Skull Clamp and Riftwing Cloud Skate.
Yeah, this will probably work out okay.
Jeez, Frank's deck.
Mana Leak.
Oh, Mana Leak.
Soul
but he's
Ring
got
plus
enough.
Island. Yep. That's just gravy.
He should have maybe waited for him to do it a second time.
Is he going to attack? Well, I mean, he just gets the 2 cards and the Geist off the board if he attacks and it blocks. If he doesn't block,
But
it's
then
extra
he has
damage
to
and-
keep the Recurring Nightmare on the table. And
That's
if
true.
Frazer
that's
has
true.
any sort of removal for it. He's going to bounce the Celestial Colonnade, which is definitely the right land to bounce if you're bouncing lands anyway. The land tax should be activated this turn.
Yeah, hopefully he recalls that.
This is nuts.
From the bathroom.
And then you look at Frank's hand, there's stuff like Muldrifter in it. It just...
I'm going to...
Those are the cards that give you value to win the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't see Frank losing this game. I don't know how it's going to happen.
Frazer's getting his green sources.
Yeah. A green, a white, and another green, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I would probably get. I mean, I don't know what's in his deck, but...
There it is.
And he's got that Dismember too, just in case.
Yep. I mean, Frank's at 9, and the whole time we're complaining that he's dominating this game, right? Like,
But life total like isn't as relevant if you're not playing against red and your deck's combo.
exactly. And then sometimes with certain decks, you'll go down to 9, but then
Yeah.
that's when you take over, right? Like, you don't get too
Like,
anxious about losing a bit
Frazer's
of life.
at 20 life, right? But the game could
Yeah.
be over before Frazer even takes a single point of damage. Like, Frank could just show him, like, I can draw my entire deck and play every creature in one turn.
Trigon Predator, okay.
Yep.
Frank's still got that
He's gonna
Dismember.
block.
A block there. Draw 2 cards.
Hopefully, he's trying to find a creature, right?
He's got
He's got a
Swamp to
Muldrifter.
play. Yeah, he's got a Muldrifter.
He needs one more mana for that Muldrifter.
Is it a swamp or is it an island? No, he'll just tap all those.
And then he can equip it.
Draw 2.
Or do you think you should just... Oh, we'll see what you draw, right? And he hasn't played a land yet, right?
I thought he did. Maybe he did.
Oh, and there's that Gilded Drake.
Oh, he's gonna play the Gilded Drake.
He's going to play the Recurring Nightmare. Equip, then sack.
He's gonna have too many cards in his hand, isn't he?
What's the text on this right now?
He's going to bounce the creature, the 2/3, probably.
Would make sense.
Let me read this nonsense card, Frazer said.
And yours is nicely touched up there, right?
Yeah, by Maya Friedlander. I think that's her name.
Maya Friedlander.
Does that sound like a real name or a
Sounds
fake
made up.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
does a
somebody
little bit.
took Jonah Friedlander and Maya Rudolph, just jammed them together. Is his name Jonah Friedlander? Who am I thinking
Yeah.
of?
Judah Friedlander.
Judah Friedlander. There you go.
I would be so frustrated if I was Frazer.
Hey, don't peg your negative emotions on him. Frazer's probably having a good time. How do you know?
Yeah, maybe. I would not be having a good time if I was Frazer. Frazer's playing a very fair deck.
Exactly.
He's playing creatures, removal spells, a few counter spells. Frank is playing this deck where every turn he draws 5 cards and bounces all of your things to your hand.
Frank is playing nonsense. Skull Clamp, Soul Ring, Recurring Nightmare.
Muldrifter and Riftwing Cloudscape.
It's nonsense. It'll win, but it's nonsense.
Yes. It's very unfair. I wish I had... Oh, he bounced a land. He's keeping Frazer on 4.
Yeah, Frazer's, I guess, just not bothering to land tax. It's probably correct just to land tax and start pitching them, right? Like,
yeah.
Filter your deck.
No, Frank had to discard. He discarded a Future Sight in the swamp. He's like, Future Sight, that's just overkill.
Yeah, I don't need this. Well, okay, so I suppose he'll block? He didn't have the mana to suit up?
How many cards are probably... Like, I'd like to know how many cards are left in Frank's deck.
Yeah, Frank's deck is probably half the size of Frazer's by this point.
He's drawn at least, what, 7 cards? Extra? Muldrifter twice. Skull Clamp twice. Maybe that's it. Oh no, and the Night's Whisper.
Yeah, he played a Night's Whisper as well. Why is he playing a Night's Whisper? Does he even really need that?
Just something to do on turn 2, maybe.
Yeah, 2-drop.
What do we got? We got a Gilded Drake.
Gilded Drake.
Guild Switcheroo, please. Oh, we got a
Counterspell.
It's okay, he's got a Recurring Nightmare.
He's got a Recurring Nightmare.
Frazer's trying to keep him off creatures, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. But Frank's just got so much mana by this point.
He has, I see a Blood Gift Demon.
In his hand?
Yeah.
Well, he bloody well play it.
Oh, you! Just zinger after zinger with you.
Yeah, like those little chicken sandwiches. What do they call them?
Zingers. Frazer's looks like he's cracking his knuckles for just a quick, quick punch to Frank's face.
he's getting the ladies all lined up.
And it's a one-punch knuckle sandwich.
Yeah.
That'll stop any Saw Ring, Skull Clamp.
That's what Soul Ring should read. Your opponent gets to punch you in the face when you tap it. It'll make it a bit fair. You'd think twice, maybe.
Yeah. Jeez. And it's like, how does he get all these cards? Because, like, Saw Ring, Skull Clamp, and Recurring Nightmare, that's 3 first picks, no matter what. He also has a Batter Skull.
Passed sometimes.
Okay, but Batter Skull, that's 4 first picks. Like, for sure first... In my opinion, I would, like, almost never pass those cards.
Well, he did it. And you don't have, like, Moxen or any of that stuff in your cube to
no
gum
power
up the
9.
Works. No power 9.
Maybe he has a Library of Alexandria, too.
Yeah.
They're not.
Frazer's like, hold up there. Don't start touching my... You tell him, Frazer. Don't just let him do that.
Leave my graveyard alone. You're already messing enough with your own graveyard.
No, he's
still hasn't dealt a single point of damage to Frazer.
Frazer's at 20. And so that's a 6-3 now?
It's 6... Yeah, 6-3. Still blocks the Trigon without dying.
It does.
He wasn't able to get the Rift Wing in play to bounce a land, so he does let Frazer go to 5 lands.
5 lands there. It's he can still activate land tax. I mean, Frank's got like 8 lands in play, so...
Yeah. He should definitely be doing it because he needs to find some answers quick.
Yeah, it's like, get those lands in your hand and start dumping them. Don't worry about them going to the graveyard.
And what is Frank still not seen yet? Batterskull, Frost Titan. Yep, those will end the game.
Yeah, those will do it. I mean, that Blood Gift Demon can end the game. It just depends on when Frank is ready to use that Dismember that he's been holding the entire game.
He could just go in with Blood Gift Demon this turn.
Yeah, I'd say dismember that Trigon Predator, get it out of there.
I wouldn't even dismember it. I wouldn't
just
waste
attack?
a dismember. I would just attack.
But 6 damage. It's a nice chunk.
Yeah, I mean, if he blocks, that's great. But if he doesn't, like, either way, if he blocks, then you get to play Recurring Nightmare, sack it, Riftwing comes into play, bounce a land, sack the Riftwing for another creature,
He's got
sack that creature for Riftwing again, bounce another land. You can do it twice.
He's got about a million different options here. A million different options. It feels like he's slow playing a little bit, like he could really be pressing a bit more, but I don't know. Maybe he's waiting a turn to do it.
Well, this turn especially, it feels like he's in complete control.
Yeah, like he should really just, get to work at this point.
Is that a Grave Titan?
Oh shoot, I didn't see that. He's concerned with Frazer's graveyard, so...
Oh, he must have a Puppeteer Clique.
Puppeteer Clique. He could Puppeteer Clique that Dungeon Geist into play.
Tap the Trigon. Yeah, that seems like the right play. Go in for 9. Or just bouncing 2 lands a turn seems also really good. Oh, he has the Batterskull in hand now.
I don't know, Frazer. I don't know.
Options galore. He's got too many ways to win. He doesn't know
Yeah,
what
I
to
know.
play.
He's overwhelmed by lines of play that win him the game.
Alright, Frank, let's see it. What do you got? What are you going to choose?
Just choose one and
I
go
know,
with
it's
it.
just like a million different things. Just anything works. I choose you, Pikachu.
I feel like Frazer needs to get those ladies in line again.
Yeah.
For this nonsense. If he just showed Frazer the hand, he might, like, concede.
You might just scoop.
Like, if I was playing Frank and he just showed me that hand and I was in this situation, I would just scoop.
Alright, it's Butterskull time. That comes in. Bam! Somebody was ready.
Mark had the germ in hand.
He was just waiting there. Alright, get out of here, Mark. Let Frank play. This is slow enough.
This is a gross germ, he's saying.
Yeah, he's
Look at
like,
him.
look at this germ here. Isn't it
Parasite.
gross?
Oh, and Frank still doesn't swing?
I don't know.
What is Frank trying to do?
This is just dragging it out. Like,
He's got a route.
I mean, that's fine. Just
Maybe he's trying to deck him. At this point, maybe that's
at this
the
point,
best.
that's an option for Frazer.
Frank's gonna draw his cards.
I don't know that he can proactively deck him, but if it goes on long enough. So Frank drew off of the Skull Clamp too, huh?
Yep. He has to.
Pretty much just turns it into a creature.
So Mark's just telling him that he needs to equip the Batterskull to the Skull Clamp
Yeah.
and swing in with that.
With using the Sol Ring mana.
Frank has a Creeping Tar Pit, right? Like,
Yeah. And he has enough mana to activate the Creeping Tar Pit and
Yeah.
equip it to the Batterskull.
I just feel like he had 6 damage that turn, right? Like, it didn't... I don't know.
He bounced the Batterskull.
He bounced the Batterskull. That's fine.
Plays another land. A fine collection of mana you have, sir.
Let's see some dudes getting into the red zone, though. That's what I want. This is like watching Italy play soccer.
It's true. He's gonna tap his green source because Frank's the biggest chick in the world. Put it over here.
Yeah, Frazer's like, I'll keep it with the rest of my lands, though. Thank you.
Recurring Nightmare.
Alright, Recurring Nightmare. There you go.
Riftwing Cloud's Gate.
Yeah, there
Bounce
you go.
the-
Bounce that. That's why this is so much fun, because
And then he's gonna play a Frost Titan again.
you get to see all your lands bounced.
I'm gonna
Again
tap
and
a
again.
Plains. So Frazer's down to 3 mana.
And still nothing's attacking.
Ah, Frank! So frustrating. It's really taking, I'm sure, all of Frazer to not flip the table right now.
Yeah, Frazer's been
What a good sport about this whole
slogging
thing.
through the mud this whole game.
I'll play my very fair Chromatic Lantern and my
And,
Experiment one.
Experiment 1. Yeah.
I'm not.
Frank's like, that's nice. Frost Titan, Riftwing, Frost Titan, Riftwing. Draw 5 cards.
Oh, he almost flipped the table there, I think.
Puppeteer Clique for the Dungeon Geist.
Some sort of Dungeonic Geist.
And the Trigon Predator to destroy the Chromatic Lantern.
He could just take that, yeah. There you go.
But he could play Recurring Nightmare and sack the
Trigon Predator?
the Puppeteer Clique, getting the Dungeon Geist as well.
Yep. Yeah, he could have done that. That would have actually made quite a bit of sense. More damage this turn.
But as we've come to realize, Frank is not interested in damaging.
Yeah,
his
Frank's
opponent
not
at all.
interested in closing out the game. He wants a concession. That's what he wants.
Yeah, he's just showing off at this point. And he sacks the Trigon Predator so he can get it next turn if he really wants to.
And get
Bounce
that
the land.
out of there. Which again gives Frazer the option to use the land tax.
Sacks the Puppeteer Clique doesn't seem right.
Not at this point. Not after attacks.
Oh, you can get a Geist of Saint Traff.
Jeez. That's still there. Frank should have won by this turn. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
I feel this turn...
Frazer shouldn't be at 18.
No, he should be at 0 this turn. Like, I mean, you can get so caught up in doing all this cool stuff.
It's a Muldrifter. I hope there's only 2 cards in his
deck.
deck.
Yeah, exactly. There's like 1 card left, gets the Muldrifter into play, and loses.
So which lands are tapped from the Frost? Oh, it's the plains.
I guess? Yeah, because he tapped... Wait, did he tap a land he bounced? I don't know. He tapped a creature, I guess. Or no, the creature blocked the Frost Titan.
Yeah.
Why would... The Frost Titan's 6 damage to the player is worth more than getting rid of an Experiment 1.
Alright. Untap all of his lands. He's going to draw a card. I think... You know what I think it is?
What?
He wants camera time.
He's looking for camera time,
He's looking for camera time is what he's doing.
What a punk. What a diva, I should say.
Yeah, he's a total diva.
Wonderful.
I think that he's trying to break the will of Frazer, and that's not going to work. So he's going to have to deal him damage in the game of Magic.
It'll have to finally be damaged. Didn't he activate that Creeping Tar Pit? No, he didn't. It's Batterskull time?
Maybe it's Batterskull. Maybe I should add to my board. And he's going to equip it to the Frost Titan.
Oh, man.
Have you ever seen such a thing? So that's
the
4, 5,
Muldrifter is
6.
attacking, right?
Yeah. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage. The card that Frazer has to draw this turn has to be insane. It has to be a nuts card.
It's got to be the Nutso.
Untap Nevi's Disc.
Nope. Scoop. That would be it.
That is the game. Yeah, the match. The whole match. Frazer is out of the tournament, and Frank moves on.